Hi YouTube, I'm Rachel, and this is my August updates of projects. Now, I am an angry cheeseburger because stuff is not working properly. I'm trying to edit this in Kdenlive, but for some reason I can't use any transitions. I don't know why, it's just not working. I also have this thing set up so that I can try to record video from my Xbox to the computer. But for some reason, well, for one, the driver disk, wherever that is, will only install for Windows fucking XP, and I can't really find any other software to record for analog video through USB. And I know I've done it before, I just don't remember what the crap I used. So I hope I don't have to use a Mac to do any video editing. Is this thing on? Okay. I was gonna try to edit this in Kden so you could actually get a good video of this, but I can't, so instead we're resorting to old school effects. And by that I mean just putting the devices next to each other. Here is the emulator, here's my crappy tablet, and here's my phone. So basically, it's just kind of a height map. I mean, it's all just generated vertices linked together, and I think there are 400 vertices at the moment. So the phone seems to be running fine. The tablet's a little slow, and obviously the computer should be able to handle that. So that's really all I really wanted to do, redundancy, with Android. I was just kind of like stress testing the platforms, and I might do more with it later, but I don't really have any intentions of making a game or an application with it at this point. There? Okay. I also updated the Musader message board theme, as you can tell. I also found this template online for a mobile theme, so that's pretty cool. I can surf my message board on the go. Otherwise, this is from, well, let me check. It's an Artodia theme, and so is the mobile, and then I just really updated this one a lot with the CSS and the graphics and such, so check it out if you would like to check out a message board or something. I've also been slowly working on updating my website, both the back end and the front end, but as you can see, hopefully the front end is a lot nicer. Everything is hopefully more organized and just kind of nicer to look at, and like this page isn't done, but it'll have thumbnails, and then you hover over, and then over here it'll show up with a little description, and you can click either of them to go to the project page. But yeah, well, this is something I did work on in August. It's not really exciting, but I can do some crappy needlepoint, and I was making something for my cubicle, so I'll just, whenever I actually get around to making the cube, I will frame it and then hang it up at work. And this webpage probably doesn't look familiar at all, but maybe I should explain myself anyway. This is Ethan's website. I built it for him, and I built this layout for him, and I was like, gee, I really like that layout, and I really hate mine. I needed to redo my website. Maybe I should just steal this layout. There's no law against that, right? So anyway, this is Ethan's website. He started back up a radio show he calls Deadly Loofah Radio. So I was on that last week with just kind of a like top 5 how to know you know nothing about game development type thing. So if you go to deadlyloofah.com, you can check this out. It airs Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. Then there's also the radio archive, which I made a content management system for Ethan, but he hasn't updated this yet, so you can like open old episodes and stuff from there, because he's been doing this is like the 5th year or something. And then there's the crew page. Let's see, I also played with a little bit of 3D modeling and Animator, but someone at work showed me how to use Blender a little bit, so I might try to play with that more this coming month in September. I also played some Alan Wake over the past month, and I beat it. I kind of like short games, just because I work a lot, so I can actually play and defeat the game over a weekend. If you're looking for like a horror game, I didn't find this game scary at all. It had a lot of, like, let's try to startle you, but it wasn't really scary or startly, really, because they slowed down every time you get, like, ambushed, and really, I don't know. It's, in my mind, it's a shooter that takes place in a dark area, many dark areas, and it's a lot of fun as just a shooter. But even Resident Evil 4 had a better sort of suspense for me. The biggest thing that bothered me about Alan Wake was you were constantly losing your goddamn flashlight and guns. Like, if not once per chapter, it was like every chapter. There was one part where I was fully stocked, I had grenades and flashbangs and shotgun, and after like a big battle, we got on a helicopter and we landed, and I landed pretty safely, I guess. But all I had was, I don't even know what I had. I might have had a flashlight or just a gun, but I didn't have my flashbangs or any of that stuff. So I mean, I don't have a lot to say about this game. I mean, I'm not really intending on doing a full review anyway, but... Oh, and I couldn't record my own gameplay footage because my cousin left my copy at a friend's house. Oh, and one more thing. I don't really like games who pretend to be deep because they have vague storylines. I don't consider vagueness to be deep. So whenever you get an ending that's just kind of like, what? Then it's like, well, that was a kind of a ripoff. I guess I need to download the DLC to learn more about what the crap is going on. So, fair warning, I guess. So, plans for September, and these aren't really concrete either. I might change my mind, but I've been wanting to do an XNA game for a while, so I'll try to make something in XNA, or I'll just play around with XNA to see what I like. I need to continue working on Musader.com and DeadlyLufa.com. I'll be on Deadly Lufa Radio weekly. Gonna try to learn some Blender. I need to write a map editor, a new one, if I'm going to make an XNA game, but I don't know what I'm going to use to write that. Since XNA is Windows only, pretty much, I was thinking of maybe using WPF, but I don't know. It's really hard to motivate yourself to do something non-cross-platform, at least for me. And then finally, I'm gonna try to beat some Metroid Prime. I've been playing that for a while, since like last week, and I'm a pretty good way in, but I don't know how far in I am. So it's pretty fun once you get into it. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. For basically a kind of crappy... Fuck. I also beat Alan Wake over this past month. It wasn't a very long game, but that's not really a complaint of mine. I like being able to beat things over the weekend. I mean... Oh, commercials! That's not Alan Wake. That's not what I want to see.